Hello and welcome. Today, we are going to break down one of the most fundamental and essential building blocks you will find in any programming environment, the move block. You might see it in small programs or massive industrial applications. It's everywhere. Its job is simple, but understanding how to use it correctly is the key to avoiding major headaches. In this video, we'll cover what the move block does, how to use it, and the critical rules you must follow to ensure your programs run predictably and without errors. Let's get started. So, what is the move block? At its core, the move block does one simple thing. It copies a value from one location to another. Think of it like a copy-paste command for data. It takes a value from an input, which we'll call IN, and copies it to an output, which we'll call OUT. The block also has an enable input. As long as the enable is active or true, the move block is constantly working, making sure the value at the output is always identical to the value at the input. If the enable is turned off, the block stops copying. Let's see this in action with a basic example. Here we have a number, 65, going into our in connection. The enable pin is active. Instantly, the move block copies that number, and the value 65 appears at the out connection, stored in our result variable. If I change the input value to 100, the output immediately changes to 100. If I change it to 200, the output becomes 200. It's a perfect mirror. As long as the block is enabled, the output will always reflect the input. Simple, right? But this is where we need to introduce the single most important rule. In programming, data has different types. A whole number like 10 is an integer. A larger whole number might be a double integer. The golden rule for using the move block is this. Always try to move data between variables of the same data type. Think of it like pouring water. Pouring water from a 1-liter bottle into another 1-liter bottle is easy and clean. No mess. No lost water. This is like moving an integer to another integer. But what happens when you try to move data between different types? Let's explore the common pitfalls. This is where beginners
golden rule. First, moving a big value into a small container. A double integer can hold much larger numbers than a regular integer. What happens when we try to move the number 50,000 into a variable that can only hold values up to, say, 32,767? The data gets cut off or truncated. The small container can't hold all the information from the big container. As a result, the output value will be completely wrong and unpredictable. This is a major source of bugs. Next is the problem of different interpretations. This is a bit more complex, but very important. The same pattern of ones and zeros in computer memory can be interpreted in different ways depending on the data type. For a short integer, a specific pattern might mean -25. But if you move that exact same pattern into an unsigned integer, which cannot be negative, the computer might interpret it as the positive number 231. You didn't change the underlying data, but you changed its meaning by changing its type. The move block just copies the bits. It doesn't understand the context. This leads to very confusing results. The lesson here is critical. Mismatched data types can cause data loss or data misinterpretation. Luckily, most modern programming software has a built-in safety feature to help you. It's often called type checking or type compatibility check. When this feature is enabled, the software will warn you or even prevent you from connecting incompatible data types. It might show a red line or give you an error, stopping you from making a mistake before it happens. For beginners, it is highly recommended to always leave this feature turned on. It acts as your guide, ensuring that you are only performing safe and predictable move operations. So, to recap everything, the move block copies a value from an input to an output when it is enabled. The golden rule: always move data between variables of the same type. Beware of mismatched types. Moving data from a large type to a small type can truncate your data. Moving between signed and unsigned types can change the meaning of your value entirely. Use your safety net. Keep the type checking feature enabled in your software to prevent common errors. Mastering the move block is a simple but powerful step. It's a tool you will use constantly on your programming journey. I hope this breakdown was helpful. If you learned something today, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more tutorials. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.